This is a true story. It happened right here in my town 2 years ago. A lot of people die in a lot of really weird ways in this story, but you're not going to find it in the news or anywhere like that, because the police and the top people in this town were like so embarrassed that they weren't able to solve it that they covered everything all up. But if you come here and ask anyone, they'll all tell you the same thing that I'm going to tell you now. This story starts in my school.
A new teacher named Mrs. Justin Candy was surprised because only one student attended out of a total of 18 students. Only one person came in. That boy's name was Alex Lilly. The police had investigated and found that 17 children had gone missing at the same time. They all left their homes simultaneously at 2:17 a.m. and never came back. The police interrogated Alex, the only one left from all his missing classmates, as well as Justin, their homeroom teacher. For 1 month, the school was closed to investigate where they had disappeared, but no answers came. After that, the school was reopened so that the children who had not gone missing could continue attending. The night before the school reopened, there was a big meeting at the school. The counselor and the parents of the missing children were present, demanding to know where their children were. Here, we will see things from Justin's point of view. 17 children were missing. Why only that one class? They wanted Justin Candy, as the homeroom teacher, to give a statement.
I know there's nothing I can say to make this better. I know, it's not...
Be locked up until she tells us what happened! Complicit!
Because the situation was out of control, the meeting was dismissed. The next day, Marcus decided that Candy should take a short break to calm things down and suspended her temporarily. Everyone accused Candy of kidnapping the children, and Candy felt pressured by all the accusations. That night, Candy experienced disturbing treatment. Someone repeatedly rang her doorbell, but no one was there. Then a loud knocking came, but again, no one was outside. Candy found graffiti written on her car, "Witch." The next morning, she tried to erase it, but the paint was permanent, so she reported it to the police. By coincidence, she ran into Paul, an old friend who was now a police officer. He invited her for a drink that night. They caught up, and Paul asked about what had happened to her. Paul believed she was not the culprit. Candy felt the support meant a lot after being accused by everyone else. Candy invited him to drink alcohol that night, but Paul refused and only ordered a cola because he didn't want to upset his girlfriend, Donna. Their relationship was strained at the moment. Candy teased Paul again to drink with her, and yep, Paul gave in. Candy drove Paul home. On the way, she asked him about the case of her 17 missing students. But Paul didn't want to get involved because he wasn't a detective.
First of all, I'm not a detective. I don't know if you know that. Second of all, I'm hungover as shit. I didn't realize I was getting grilled on the investigation. Leave the investigating to the investigators.
Suck my dick.
After school one day, Candy followed Alex, hoping to get some information from him. She saw Alex's parents sitting silently in the dark, which made her suspicious. She told Marcus, but instead of supporting her in investigating, Marcus scolded her and told her to stay away from Alex to protect him. Candy decided to gather her courage and greet Alex, asking how he was.
Everything's all right.
Don't follow me!
Feeling uneasy about Alex's unusual attitude, Candy waited in front of his house until night. She fell asleep, and in the distance, she didn't notice someone approaching her. That person entered her car and cut her hair. That man was Graff, father of Matthew, one of the missing students. He was a home contractor. That day, he went to the chief of police to ask about his missing son, but the police still had nothing. Graff accused Candy of being the culprit because she was the only witness. But the police chief believed Candy was innocent because there was no evidence.
Troubled person, is she not?
What do you think it is that she's not telling us? Because those kids walked out of those homes, no one pulled them out. What do you see that I don't?
I see something that I don't understand at all. I want to know what happened in that classroom. Not just her classroom, right? Only her.
At his house, Graff made a map of the neighborhood. He marked every house and drew straight lines because Matthew had run straight on the night he disappeared. Graff found a house he believed his son passed by. He asked the homeowner for permission to see CCTV footage, but the woman refused, so he waited until her husband came home. This time, Graff was allowed to see the CCTV. He measured the sidewalk distances to connect the straight lines and find a meeting point. During his search for information, Graff ran into Candy. He wanted to dig for information from her, but Candy suspected Graff just wanted to accuse her like everyone else. Before Graff could explain, Marcus came running from afar like the missing children. He charged at Candy with fury, attempting to kill her, but failed. The day after that incident, Paul heard a radio announcement offering a $50,000 reward for anyone with information leading to the discovery of the missing children. Paul saw a man prying open the back door of a house, so he tried to arrest him. A chase ensued, and Paul caught him. The man's name was James. He claimed he had lost his keys and his phone was dead, so he was breaking into his own house. Paul followed proper protocol.
How about drugs? You holding?
No, sir.
You sure? I don't want to get poked by anything.
I have nothing, sir.
Ah, fuck.
Fear and anger overwhelmed him. He worried the needle that pricked his hand had infected him with AIDS. Realizing what he had done, he pulled out the dash cam recording, apologized to James for hitting him, and promised to release him as long as he never appeared in the neighborhood again. Anxious, Paul reported everything to his superior. Paul would be safe since the recording would automatically delete in a month, if James didn't report him to the police. That day was bad, but something happened. Candy texted him and they slept together. At Paul's girlfriend Donna's house, she found out and confronted Candy. It was truly a miserable day for Paul. Outside, he saw James walking toward the police station.
I tell you!
But what really happened? Let's find out. James was a drug addict and also a thief. That day, he had stolen goods, but couldn't sell them because the buyer wasn't interested. So James decided to break into another house. But Paul caught him, ending with that gentle caress. Later, heavy rain fell, but James still hadn't found anything to eat. He tried breaking into another house. James pushed a door that should have been pulled, climbed through a window, and found the house pitch dark. He looted everything he could.
Willow. I'm sorry. You good?
Ignoring them, James continued stealing. He went down to the basement and found the missing children inside. Shocked, he shut the door with a cabinet. His stolen goods clattered noisily. The two people got up, forcing James to flee in terror. Later, he sold his loot. He saw posters of the missing children and realized something. James called his friend, who told him to report it to the police. But James refused, afraid of the police station. He tried once, but of course, ran into Paul. So he returned to his hideout in the forest. Something felt off. He saw something horrifying waving at him. Terrified, James ran into his tent, hoping it wouldn't follow. But someone unzipped the tent from outside. James panicked and grabbed 3 used syringes.
Wait.
Paul intended to shoot him with a shotgun. James said he had found the place where the children were being held. Skeptical, Paul went with him to verify. On the way, Paul kept complaining.
Do you have AIDS? I don't think so. I mean, shit, not that I know of.
They arrived, Paul entered the house. By evening, he still hadn't come out. When he finally did, Paul had turned into something monstrous. He dragged James into the same house, Alex Lily's house. At that time, when Candy reported something strange about Alex, she was out shopping with her boyfriend Terry. On the phone, Candy suggested Marcus check Alex's house. But the next day at school, Marcus invited Alex's parents for easier access. Instead, Gladys, Alex's guardian, came. She said Alex's parents had tuberculosis, so she was caring for them now. But Marcus insisted on speaking to Alex's real parents. While Marcus and Terry were relaxing, Gladys came to their house, disturbing their Saturday. Marcus offered her water, but she asked for a bowl instead. She cut her hand with a thorny object she brought, then stole Terry's hair, wrapped it around the thorns, and broke them, causing Marcus to attack Terry until he was dead. Then Gladys wrapped Candy's hair around the thorns and snapped them, making Marcus target Candy. Luckily, Candy escaped by car. Marcus chased her until an intersection where he was hit by a car and killed. That night, Candy apologized to Graff for wrongly accusing him. Graff showed her his findings, a map with red marker lines crossing at Alex Lily's house. So what was really happening with Alex? When Alex was picked up by his father, on the way home, his father told him that Aunt Gladys would be staying with them for a while because she was sick and had no relatives to care for her. That night, Gladys arrived. The next morning, as Alex brushed his teeth, curiosity struck when he noticed the room next door. He peeked inside. Days passed. When Alex came home, his parents acted strangely, cold and distant unlike before. Gladys greeted him, saying his parents were fine. Not believing it, Alex poured water on his father, but the reaction was the same, blank and cold. For that, Gladys sent Alex to his room without dinner. The next morning, the atmosphere was terrifying. His parents were still sitting at the table. Gladys demonstrated something. The parents grabbed forks and stabbed themselves in the face. Alex begged them to stop, but they didn't listen. Gladys told Alex he could make his parents do anything he wanted if he obeyed her and told no one. She forced him to feed his parents and shop alone. One day, Gladys looked pale and sick, the disease eating away at the old witch. She ordered Alex to do one thing. During PE class, Alex snuck into the classroom and took the attendance sheets with all the students' names for Gladys's magic. She summoned all those children, leaving only Alex behind. Gladys covered up all suspicions, even from the police and detectives. Candy and Graff tried to enter Alex's house. Inside, they were met by Paul and James. Alex tried to leave, but Gladys's magic stopped him. Paul strangled Candy. She fought back, slicing his cheek with a potato peeler, but it had no effect. Candy then pulled a pistol from Paul's pocket in Gladys's room and found the tools she used for magic. Meanwhile, Graff, aided by Candy, shot James and found all their children in the basement. But Gladys controlled Graff, making him strangle Candy. Alex then grabbed Gladys's wig, took strands of her hair, and repeated what he had seen. Now the children under Gladys's control chased her ruthlessly. Wherever Gladys ran, the children followed with wild enthusiasm, smashing through obstacles, even glass. Gladys was caught and torn apart by the children until nothing remained. At last, the curse was gone.